Good morning. I'm up here in Sullivan County, near LaPorte. Mokoma Conservancy. Mokoma Conservancy. That's better, yeah. That's better. It is to me, this is a hidden gem. I never knew it was here. It's on the corner of 154 and 220. So if you're going to go out to World's End State Park on 154, it's right there on Lake Road. Anybody wants to come up here. And it's surprisingly, I just found out about this, and so many times I passed by and I never knew it was here. So I'm going to call this one of the hidden gems here in Sullivan County. Mokoma Conservancy. There are two areas to hike, and you can see one here is the Conklin Run Wilderness Area. I believe it's a 1.8 mile hike. Like I said, it is new to me. I have a map here. I just got a map out of there, so that's good. And I'm going for a, well, early morning. It's around 8 o'clock. It's going to be a warm day. Sun's coming up. In a short distance, I have come to Conklin Run Trail. It looks to me like it's a white blaze. Beginning through a pine forest. McLaughlin Run. Turns to the left, and the trail winds itself along the run. As you can see, it is a wilderness area. And in such a short way, the trail has so much diversity. But they have it marked very well. And there are a lot of turns, but they have that marked too, as you can see coming up, telling me that the trail turns to my right. To my right. And you can see the blazes. Then from here to there. Wow. For a minute or so, I've been on well, I think it's an old logging road, making my way up the side of the ridge. on this quiet fall morning here in Conklin Wilderness area, Sullivan County. See, I left the pine forest. Now I'm up into an oak forest. And the trail kind of got away from the old logging road, and it's winding itself up further up on top of the ridge. Let's say I'm on top of the ridge, on top of a ridge. You can see how wild it is. Oak to the right of me. Oak to the left. Nice country. Without the blazes, I would be just wandering, no particular place to go. So I have been on a logging road again and have come to two blazes. And I get up to Old Glassworks Road link to my left and Old Glassworks Road to my right. Wow. Isn't that tempting? So, there's a blaze there, but it just doesn't look like the others. I'll just take a walk through here a little bit till I can, if I can't recognize a fresher painted blade. Well, I've walked up through here, not a blaze in sight. And I took a turn and 2 more minutes and a couple more minutes and another turn. It reminded me of in the early days when I was in my 20s and I would get out in the woods without a map, without the internet, and just wander. And sometimes I'd find something of interest and sometimes I wouldn't and have to turn around at some point. Well, today I turned around at some point and I'll go back to where I can see some blazes. So, interest. I did find this. I don't know if it's part of a wagon. I really don't know what it is. Anybody knows what it is? Give me a comment. It's out here. Nothing else around it. So I'll make my way down here. I'm still interested. Old Glassworks Road. Gosh, that ought to lead somewhere of interest. So I am on the Old Glassworks Road link. and making my way down the hill here. And the blazes look, well, they look a lot newer. Some of them. Whiter, may I say. Better form. Telling me that I'm still on the right track. But it's perfectly okay if I'm not. I'm going downhill. I'll end up somewhere. Well, as I was coming down from the hill, and I'm beginning to think, well, the Conservancy Run Trail is an out and back. And I'm coming down here and I don't see any blazes, but I knew I was coming down, so that's fine. Well then, lo and behold then, I come across this. No, wait, I'm getting down there. The Conservancy Run Wilderness Area. 2001 was established to preserve the land, conserve the environment, and protect the scenic beauty of this region. 248 acres located in the heart of Lake Mokoma watershed. Lake Mokoma empties into Loyalsock Creek, winding its way downstream into the Susquehanna River and Chesapeake Bay watershed. Well, how about that? And they made a bench for me. So yes, wandering around without a map. Well, I had a map. I got it out of that metal box, but it didn't have any trail information on it. So I was on my own. Nothing on the internet. But I just walked around. It is a loop. Anybody gets up in here, it's a loop. Goes back down. It's not an out and back. But being up here reminds me of one of my first college papers I wrote. I went back to school. I went to college when I was around 30. So in my 20s, there was a lot of hiking being done. And like I said earlier, I would get out there and not know where I am. And I wrote about this for a paper. Oh, maybe it was about 2 pages long, small notebook for English of just wandering around and taking each turn as it comes. 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, backtracking, yeah. Sometimes even getting lost. Been with me a long time. Conservancy Run Wilderness Area. I'm coming down, and all around me then you can see the pine tree. I started in a pine forest. And I'm walking my way down through it again, so I know then, without any other information, I'm near to where I started. And yeah. Here it is. Walked in there. Greetings. On a video up there in Weiser State Forest, up there in the hang gliding area, I had mentioned about Sullivan County. This is where I get it. If you're in the area, it's 2 lefts, South 42 from the Royal Soft Trail parking lot. It's a cobblestone, one way in, one way out. It doesn't matter which way you come in, but it's brick. I believe it was the old 220 at one time. I believe so. But anyway, 500 years old, right here. The original people that lived up here 500 years ago, they got their water from here. Isn't that something? So this is my setup for tonight. I'm up here at the Moran cabin. Used to be the Schneck cabin a long time ago. I don't have the keys to get in anymore. I gave them up. I just come up here and hang around. My supper. Soup. Soup, hamburger tomato soup, and I'm going to make a grilled cheese. So years gone by, and even in this summer, when I pitched my tent down in there. And look, Craig mentioned to me he was a little bit concerned about widowmakers, and now that I look up there, there's one right up in there, hanging over. Yeah, get a good wind and that can come down. Last month I had pitched my tent right there. Looks like a nice place. Many years ago, this was the old shooting range. We would get our rifles ready for deer hunting right in here. But this is nice. I liked it here. Of course, there's a nice fireplace over here. And so, for many years, one of the nephews, Chad, had a camper here. And then he moved up into Alaska. And so, he's out of here. So, Quiet John took over. Quiet John's Grove. But I'm not going to set the tent up tonight. But for one night. So I have my choice. Sleep in the car or go on the porch. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So I thought I would eat on the porch. Grilled cheese, and soup. This chair rocks. Later on, I'll be sitting here drinking coffee and rocking away. I even have the luxury, my dishwasher. So, coffee time. Rock myself. The comforts of home. How about this? Hot. I have some pudding. I can't tell you how many times that I would sit out here with my buddy Marty, sit here and have coffee and some beer. Yeah, good old times, right? Good old times. Good way to end the day. Fire. I'll sit here for a little while, enjoy it. This morning I was rooting out an old pamphlet I had of Eagle's Mirror. Had it for many, many, many years. And there's a saying on here, a quote. And it's by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. And he wrote, "Nothing is a worth more than this day." Nothing is a worth more than this day. And he's right about that. Quite a day. It has quite a lot of worth.